That three off the mark. Thunder trailing by 4. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Ibaka with the screen on Brown. Westbrook, and it's blocked by Brown. Outside Irving. From deep. And another miss by Cleveland.
And for LeBron, you know, he said he didn't enjoy posting up earlier in his career, but as his command on the low block has improved, he's got more comfortable with it. And I think now it's something that he really relishes.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. 4-point game. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And I think, Kevin, you know, they really showed how important it is to have a strong bench performance. You go out on the road, you can't rely on your starters night in and night out. The reserves have to contribute and help them out.
I think we definitely saw that, Steve, throughout the game. They were really tied together as a team. Didn't make any difference who was out on the floor. You'll take every road game win you can, and they're happy with that one.
Three-pointer. Shot is off. There's the buzzer, and not much scoring at all through the first quarter of play. Cavaliers on top. They're up by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start.
Coming up next Tuesday, December 9th, Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors take...
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lanes.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, the 2 stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Brown out there with Irving, and it's Varejao in at the pivot, manning the middle. Here's Irving. Shot from 6, and LeBron with the nice bucket inside. LeBron's got his second bucket.
The Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches, and you know when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
Here's Durant. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet. Durant's got his first basket of the night.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year. Only 14 road wins. It's not going to cut it. Irving can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 5. Here's Brown. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Oh, man, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, that matchup is tough. He's giving up, what, 8 inches?
LeBron drives in, and he banks in the layup. LeBron's got 6. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster, so you can assume things will be different. Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, gentlemen, Serge Ibaka is now a two-way presence. Of course, an intimidating shot blocker, but also a great complementary piece offensively. Kevin Durant said he's a guy that excels playing off of others. He gives himself up, sets great screens. He shifts the defense with his hard rolls to the basket, and you have to respect his jumper. Kevin, back to you.
He stretched his range out beyond the arc burst. Thanks. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Second chance shot, and Durant lays it in.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Irving against Brown. Irving drives in. Brown dishes to Irving. LeBron passes to Verjao. 5 on the clock. And the dunk by LeBron.
Well, you know, he's not a guy that's just going to settle for pulling up. When he has an opportunity, he's going to take it strong to the hoop.
And LeBron asked who would be on his Mount Rushmore of NBA greats, Steve. He went with Larry. He went with Michael Jordan and Oscar Robertson.
Well, you got to feel like he probably can sort of associate himself with the Big O. You know, the big body, the strength, the versatility. That's what Oscar was all about. That's what LeBron is all about. So nice to see LeBron's recognition of that era of the NBA.
Hard to argue with those selections. He also said he'd better be up there too, and I would agree with that.
Here's Perkins. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Perkins got his first points of the night.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
Brown with it. Westbrook picks him up. Fires the three. James with another miss.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Here's Durant. Perkins kicks to Ibaka. Stolen by Verjao. James outside. The pass to Irving. Brown wide open. He fires. Off the mark and a bad shot there.
Definitely a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Yeah, the wise move would be to find themselves a quick shot right away.
Westbrook dishes to Durant. And that one's good. Durant's got 6.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
And the dunk by LeBron.
My, oh my, oh my. Did he ever flush that one hard?
Making a statement, you're right.
They're not backing down at all right there.
Irving with the steal. Brown down low. Brown's there. Durant with the steal. For the finish. And finished off by Brown.
Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
And he gets the bucket. 9 points for Kyrie Irving. Ibaka, wide open, he fires. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we finished one half of it.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Scott.
The second half beginning in just a moment.
Check out the game for the closer. 12 points. And he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of three-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
When you face the Oklahoma City Thunder, one of the things defensively that you have to prioritize is keeping them out of transition. This team is long and athletic, and if they get out in the open court, you're in big trouble.
Locking at the 4 with Perkins at the pivot. Brown out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the 3 slot. That's the room for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. Again, Oklahoma City. And the Thunder in the half court, more of a jump shooting team.
And sometimes that can be a backhanded compliment. When you look at the roster, Durant, Westbrook, Ibaka, even Reggie Jackson, you know, all pretty good from mid-range. So they spread you out, and then, of course, Durant's jump shot is pretty much unguardable.
Well, Anderson Varejao staying relatively healthy last season. That's to say he only missed 17 games. Well, that's a far cry from his previous 3 seasons where he played a total of just 81 games.
He can't get anything to drop, and the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Irving passes to Brown. LeBron kicks to Love. And he stuffs that one home.
Stacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark.
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time. Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, gentlemen, we all know the NBA has been adapting elements of the European game to its own game. It's a style that Cavs coach David Blatt is more than familiar with from his time abroad. Asked if he'd play LeBron at the stretch four, he said, quote, "You'll see LeBron there. You'll see LeBron all over the floor just like he's used to playing. I don't have to change him." Guys, when you've got the best player in the world, it's certainly easier.
All right, thank you, Doris. And LeBron, accustomed to playing the four, arguably now his best position. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Well, with the way that Kevin Durant has improved over the last few seasons, you have to wonder if he's even yet peaked as a player. Scary to think, but there's still some room for growth. I think he can get stronger and develop a better low post game.
And with Durant, you really forget how young he is. He came into the league at such a young age. Clarkin was a star so quickly. It seems like he's the old vet, but he might be a year or two away from his prime.
Yeah, I think he's still a couple of years away from his prime when all of the physical, emotional, come together at that peak point of performance. His best seasons are still in front of him, and he's had some pretty good ones behind him to this point.
It's Brown with the drive, and on the way from Irving for three. The kick out to Brown. And another miss by Cleveland.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Here's Irving. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Ibaka. And taken away by Brown. Westbrook against Irving. 16 feet away. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Durant's got his third rebound tonight to tie. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Varejão's got his seventh rebound here tonight. Irving dishes to Varejão. Here's Brown. That falls. Great assist by Love. And it's 7 points for the eraser. Pulls it from the elbow. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Puts up the baby hook, and it's Love getting it to go. Now it's a 6-point Cavalier lead. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Their activity at the defensive end, Kevin, has been really impressive, attacking and coming away with steals.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession.
I'll tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Cleveland leading by 6. Irving. They get it back. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. The drive by James. Goes back up, and that's an air ball. Not even close.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
Irving for three, and that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. And there's the call on Durant. That's foul number 2 for him. 8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Brown. And we've reached the end of the third. Cavaliers on top. They're up by 6. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
So on the floor for Cleveland, the 2 stars, LeBron and Love at the 3 and the 4. Brown out there with Irving, and it's Varejão in at the 5, down low. Irving drives in, James left side. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. And Brown throws it down.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency.